Hello! In this video, I will be showing you how to use the website WordReference. This website is not a translator like Google Translate, but rather like an online dictionary. It is great for when you are writing a paper since you can look up the specific word you are using, and it gives you different options for the word based upon what context you'd like to use it in. For example, let's look up the word paper. Once the entry pulls up, you can see that there's a lot of different ways that you can use the word paper based upon context. For example, if you need to use the word as a sheet of paper, you could say hoja. But if you need to use it as the word for a newspaper, it would be periódico. Or even still, if you were trying to translate an identity document type of paper, you would use the word documentación. As you go further down the page, you can see that there are additional translations, such as made of paper, which would be de papel, if you're using it as an adjective, or you could say wrapper, which is envoltura, which is a type of wrapper on a chocolate, or candy of some sort. You could even say wallpaper, which is something that people might need to use. Even further down the page, if you go, there's compound forms. Now the compound forms are actually especially helpful because of the fact that rather than look up each separate word in the phrase that you'd like to use, if you just look up paper, you can go down to these compound forms and it gives you a more specific translation of what you're looking for, as opposed to looking up the separate words and trying to piece them together into some sort of a translation. For example, if I were to look up the word construction paper, the type of paper that you use in an art class, I would have thought to look up the word for paper, papel, and the word construction, which is construcción. But if you look here, papel de manualidades is the type of paper that you would use in an art class. You wouldn't really say construction paper as a construction type of company type of paper. Also, each page, if you go down further at the bottom, has forum links, which is, instead of looking up specific one-word, two-word answers to a specific entry, it actually gives you a chance to look up things such as phrases and colloquialisms that you might not find in the actual entry for each word. So for example, let's say I was looking for the word for admission paper. I could click on admission paper in the forums, and you could see that someone has posted a question of, I would like to say how to say admission paper in the following context, and they give you their context. Can you please help me out? Thank you. And then someone will write back, this is what you need to say. And they'll give you the right form of saying it. Now, I'm going to tell you it's not 110% reliable, but the people who usually end up answering back these questions are usually native speakers. As you can see, this person is located in Chile and their native language is Spanish. This person is in the UK, but their native language is Spanish. But they give you the option to say, here's my question, this is your answer. It's just another option for you to use in this website. If you can't happen to find what you're looking for, what you can do is create your own username and password, and you can post a question to the forum and have people answer you back, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out with the translation that you're looking for a specific word or phrase. Now let's go back to the actual dictionary page, and let's go back to the top. There is another great tool from this website called the Conjugator, which will help you conjugate a verb if you for some reason can't remember how to use it. So let's look up the verb hablar. Once you see that it means to talk, you can click on the word conjugator right here once the page loads, and it will bring you to the actual conjugation part of the website, where you can see it gives you all the indicative forms, such as the present tense, the imperfect, preterite, future, conditional. It gives you the compound tenses, such as the present perfect, the imperfect perfect, etc. It gives you the subjunctive, as well as the command forms of the verb that you happen to be looking at. So example, if I needed the preterite tense of the verb hablar for él, ella, usted, I would just look right here and I would find it. This tool tends to be really good if you are looking up a specific verb that you are not sure if it's an irregular or not, you're not sure how to spell that specific conjugation, if you're unsure as to where the accent might be, if it only is irregular in certain tenses or certain forms of it. So this happens to be really great for you to use in that aspect. If you go back to the home page of the actual website, you can actually see that it doesn't only cater to Spanish. It also uses French, Italian, German, Portuguese, and many other languages, as you can see from this home page. So you can actually click on these and be able to translate other items or other documents or other words based upon the language that you need to use. I hope this tutorial helps you, and as always, feel free to email me if you need any extra help. Adios!